Let me hi baby girl. Let me let Facebook know I'm live here. One moment. All right, there we go. All right, there we go. Hello everybody. Hello nobody. Hello somebody. Hello anybody. Hi y'all. I just came back from Facebook. It was a long trip. I gotta tell you, man, I'm tired. Those bologna sandwiches. I think the bologna got rotten. It was on the dashboard for too long. Probably around Memphis, Tennessee, I think is when it started to go bad. All right. Hi, everybody. I just thought I'd come on and say hello here. I am on YouTube right now. I'm trying to go live on these other platforms a little bit for a while, see how it goes. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm sitting out here in my front yard. I'm watching these birds fight over the territory. Uh, the black grackle or crow, I don't know what it is. It's the bigger of the two birds. It goes up to that brown type bird, flaps his wings, pretty aggressively, tries to scare it. You've probably seen it, and I know you've heard it. So look at my hair, you guys. I need a haircut pretty bad. Go Spurs, go! All right. Well, hello everybody. I'm excited. I get a chance to pick up my daughter. Let me fix my stupid hat. Hold on. I did not make it to church today, you guys. Unfortunately, man. I woke up too late. I feel bad about that. Hopefully, uh, I have to make up for it. But good morning, everybody. It is 11:55. I'm broadcasting here from the west side of San Antonio. I am sitting in my front yard just watching these birds look for insects and grubs and all that good stuff. You guys, I'm a nature guy. I'll sit here. I'll watch the birds. I'll watch the cats. If there's a dog around, squirrels. Uh, I watch nature documentaries all the time. I try to observe the natural world. Urban wildlife is something that really interesting to me. So like how do coyotes exist in a city? There's bobcats. We have a animal here in San Antonio. One time I called the police because I thought I had escaped from the zoo back in the 90s. It's an animal that looks like a cat. It's got like a cat face, but it has a raccoon tail, and it's got like hands like a ferret. And so I remember this is when I was living in downtown San Antonio at the Soapwork Apartments, which by the way are no longer there. They tore those down. I think that's where they're going to build the new baseball diamond for the missions. But anyways, San Antonio Creek, San Pedro Creek, would run through there. And so one day I was walking. I used to work at Baptist Medical Center, and I lived in those apartments. That's when I lived. So that's when I was. My address was 500 Santa Rosa, and my apartment was 512. That's why I say I'm el chico del apartamento 512. A long story, but anyways, so I live there in apartment 512, and so I was walking home one day from my shift at Baptist Medical Center where I was a diet clerk, and it was about let's see, I got out at 7, so it's probably about 7:30, 8 o'clock. It was in the winter time, so it was dark, getting dark, and I jumped down into they used to have this ravine that would carry the creek water when it rained. Well, this particular day, it was just a little bit of a stream, so I felt comfortable to jump down there and use it as my path to get to my apartment. And as I jumped down there, I heard something. And I looked into the tree, and I saw that animal looking at me. And it was, like I said, it had a cat face, but it had like primate hands, the body of like a ferret, but bigger, I guess. And it had a tail like a raccoon. And I was like, what the hell? I'd never seen that animal before. And I thought, surely, since I was on the trail of the Creek of San Pedro, And I knew that all the rivers were I know a little too much because I know all the rivers were connected in that if you followed the river north, you would get to, like, Brackenridge Park where the zoo was. So I thought, "Well, maybe this animal escaped from the zoo," so I called the police. Now, mind you, I didn't have a cell phone, I didn't have a phone in my home, so I had to walk to the phone booth that was at the apartment complex. Back then, you guys, all apartment complexes had a phone booth or 2 on them. Um, so I called the police, and they let me know that that was a animal that was native to San Antonio, which I was like, "Really? Alright, well, hey, you guys, how you doing? If you hear those bells, that is the, bell tower, of the St. Mary's University campus, and, that is exactly where Fiesta Oyster Bake will be happening a week from today, or I guess a week from yesterday and the day prior. Fiesta starts next week, you guys. So, in the past, people have asked me to, park here at my home for oyster bake. My neighbors will sometimes park cars for money. What I typically do, uh, it sounds beautiful, doesn't it? What I typically do is, so when I first moved here in 2004, for the first 10 years or so, my street was open as a corridor. People would park, drive, people walk. The police decided about 12 years ago, I guess, to barricade my street. And so right now, there's no traffic that is available to pass through during Fiesta, only police vehicles. So um, they kind of use it as a shortcut to get through, from one side of this side to the other, I guess. So what I typically do is I'll have a cooler out at the front of the driveway on a chair with just a bunch of ice water, and it's for the police officers. I was speaking to a police officer yesterday or the day prior, I guess, and we chatted for a little bit. And I told him, I says, "Are you working this area, bro?" And you know, and I said, if you are, you can come by, and I always put ice water for the police officers that are working that day because it gets hot sometimes, guys. Today would be a good day; it wouldn't be too hot, but you never know what next weekend's going to be like. Sometimes it can get up to close to 100 degrees, and these officers are out here all day. Some of them on their bikes, some of them in their cars. But I would, it's just my way of saying thank you to them. So um, usually I'll have the water out like Friday night and then all day Saturday because oyster bake's only Friday and Saturday. So, anyways, those were the bell tower. That was the bells that you heard. That was from St. Mary's University. That's how close I live to St. Mary's. So yeah, you guys. So I get to pick up my baby girl uh, for my time in about 6 hours. So I'm excited about that. I'm waiting on my beautiful girlfriend Sylvia to come by. We're gonna have breakfast, and then we're gonna go to the grocery store together. Oh no! I don't know if she's gonna be able to handle me in the grocery store, you guys, because I just go, I get what I need to get, and then I get out of there. We'll see if she's one of those that will need to browse the store to see what kind of new things are in aisle 6 or 7. No, I don't care, but, we're gonna spend the morning together, and then, I get to see my baby girl. So, the way it works, well, first of all, hello, everybody. If you're new to this page, I'm Elicio. I'm typically on Facebook, but I'm, broadcasting on YouTube now, and I'll do TikTok sometimes. Just trying to widen my scope, if you will. Um, I have a baby girl. She's beautiful. She is, less than 2 years old. She's, on the 22nd. Let's see, or April, May, June, July. She'll be 21 months on the 22nd. Uh, she's the love of my life. I have a temporary custody order with baby mama where we split her halftime. So it goes 2, 2, 3. So that's 2 days, 2 days, 3 days. So as an example, today I'll get her at 6 p.m. So I'll have her Sunday night, all of Monday. And then on Tuesday night, she goes to mom. She'll be with mom Tuesday night, all of Wednesday until Thursday night. And then Thursday night, she'll come with daddy. And I'll have her Thursday night, all of Friday, all of Saturday until Sunday night. And then she'll go to mom. And then it flips. The schedule flips. And that's what we're doing right now. So I am coming into the week where I will have her at the beginning of the week and then on the weekend, and mom will have her midweek. That's the way it goes. So it's kind of like one week you have her book ended, and the next week she's it's kind of like I guess one week you have her as a donut, the next week you have her as a donut hole, the next week you have her as a donut, the next week you have her as a donut hole. If you want to think about it like that, but regardless, I love her, man, and she loves daddy, and I'm so excited to see her. Have you ever been like when you're a little kid and you're going to like visit your tia or your grandmother or your cousins, and it's been a long time since you've seen them, so you get really excited about it for a few days, and then on the drive over, you're just really excited. You're excited to see them. That's how I feel every time that I'm going to pick up my daughter, or that I'm a few hours from picking my daughter up. Now, the reverse is also true. When I know that I'm going to be dropping her off, in a few hours, and I won't see her for a few days, then it gets really sad. So, it's an emotional roller coaster, but you know, it is what it is, you guys. Uh, I get to see her, so that's a blessing in itself. All right, well, I just thought I'd come on and say hello. Happy Sunday. God bless y'all. Hope everyone's doing well. And I'm Elicio Leal. You guys have a good one, all right?